dancing lightly on the tops of all the trees. In the air, under total control, the direction is determined by the soul. Fingertips that trim with fire, after countless bits they never seem to tire. Muscles scream, ears explode, blood is pumping and the mind must unload. Desires on this flight. Hickory wind, the beast is free. Anything is now a possibility. Final dog sailing for the crowd. Dancing lightly on the tops of all the trees. In the air, under total control, the direction is determined by the soul. Fingertips that trim with fire, after countless bits they never seem to tire. Muscles scream, ears explode, blood is pumping and the mind must unload. possibility. Gracefully maneuver wing to wing. Magical dance upon command. Heavy weather seems to always be at hand. Ride the thermal out loud. Play the spinal dog sailing for the crowd. Dancing lightly on the tops of all the trees. In the air, under total control. The direction is determined by the soul. Fingertips that trim with fire. After countless bits, they never seem to tire.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Place your bets. Place your
Happy
bets.
Friday, children of the lawn.
She's losing her mind.
I'm losing my mind. While some of you love that song, I fucking hate that song. It drives me crazy, like Jeff Beck.
Oh.
I need some Buttercup. Why don't you build me up, Buttercup, baby, just to let me down? We're singing, mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. Okay, I'm getting back to normal now. God, that song drives me crazy.
Yeah, wait till you see Throwback Thursday. Whoops, what happened?
What?
I don't know. I'm lucky I made it in on time.
He's been working very hard today on his projects. I've been working very hard today
On the railroad.
sorting my seeds out, Sue.
Oh, yes,
Steve
sir.
even helped.
And
We got
thanks,
the hollyhock.
thanks for the afro.
Oh, he does.
No,
His hair
no.
looks great.
No, that stuff's good.
It was really good.
I was,
I think it looks great.
yeah, it's nice for old hair. I mean, you know,
We don't say that.
No, for time, you know, experienced hair.
For beautiful hair. Anyway,
Oh,
Steve was
shucks.
sitting at the kitchen table with me, and I took the hollyhocks out, and I said, now how am I going to know that they're different colors? So I figured each one of the stems, the stalks, had to be like different colors or something. So
Now-
we took the seeds apart from each stalk and put them in different containers.
Mm-hmm. It looked like we were separating buds from the dispensary.
Right, but we were keeping the seeds.
Right, but we were keeping the
Sue-
seeds.
and
You're
Sue
getting rid of
said-
the flowers and keeping the seeds. That's,
Sue said, I told you about your hair.
Yeah,
and she
nice.
says, yeah.
And,
Oh, come on in, Remy.
come on in, pal.
Hey.
You poor thing. Oh.
Why do you build me up? Build me up, buttercup baby. Just
I get the tail. You see, I get the tail?
In the jungle.
No, please. Oh, weave a
We'll
web.
get that fusion out of our heads yet, Remy.
Oh, that's what it is. That's why. They're trying to get my song.
Fusion out of my head.
That song is actually about what it's like to play that song.
Okay, well, Chris says, Steve, what was the name of that song? And that was you singing, right?
That was me singing, right?
And
it's
it's
called Rippin',
Called Driving Laurie Nuts.
which doesn't take much. Hey, you're in the force field. What's going on over there?
Don't be a Jason
Whoa,
Aldean
come
now.
here,
Don't
come
you
on.
be a Jason Aldean.
Okay, so yeah, it really is. Mark and I were writing the Torque album, I guess I'm going to think late 2001. And we were in the studio that we affectionately call Soyez. What's the matter with you? It's just a lamp.
He
Guys,
doesn't like
hold on.
that lamp. I told you that. But no!
Okay, is that better?
All right, lay down, baby. Come on. That's a good boy. Okay. Oh, Sue says that's why she sent him on the stems. Very good thinking, Sue.
Very good thinking. Because I said, how are you going to tell the colors? They're all the same color.
Anton says Remy needs to cut an album to chase the cats away.
Yeah.
Oh, Gail had
Concert
to
for
take
1,000 cats.
Gail had to take her cat to the vet today, and it howled all the way there and all the way
He made a vet trip today, but only to pick up some, some meds.
medicine.
But so Rippin', yeah, let me tell you before I get penalized by the judges. Mark and I were writing the songs for Torque, and he started playing that riff. And I said to him, "What's that?" And he said, "It's an intro." And I said, "That's no intro, that's a verse." And he said, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, it's if we play it in 7, and then." Because I always wanted to write like a fusion song that was accessible, had lyrics to it, you could tap your foot to it, but it's still in
Could
odd
jump out the
times.
car window to it.
And the interesting thing about that song is, this is a truism, if you're...
Sue loved that song.
Thank you, Sue.
Kitty liked it too.
I like it too.
I like
Anyway,
it too.
that when we did the demo at my studio, Mark played an amazing lead, and it was so amazing that when we recorded it at Brandon Post, neither one of us thought, we got so used to listening to the one on the demo that we didn't, he wasn't beating that track. So we brought the demo in and flew the solo in from the demo, and so that's actually the solo was recorded at my house. Now, here's the interesting part. If you listen to the end of that record, it's the same solo, only it's playing backwards.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'll tell you the meaning of the song another time, but it's
No,
about
go
playing
ahead.
that song. No, it's okay.
Why are we rushing off for something?
No, we're not. We apparently, we're flying blind. So let's see. 4th of July weekend. And by the way, guys, by popular vote, which is 2 against 1. No, it's probably unanimous. We are going to celebrate the 4th quietly.
What? Man! You.
What? What?
What?
I said no. I said
2 against 1.
Well, I was gonna vote be us the two. All right, listen, we don't need this.
Jason?
Jason?
Aldean?
What? Wait, what did he do?
He put his wife down on air.
I didn't put you down.
You're causing trouble.
I am not
bitch.
causing trouble. I'm saying that we're not going to do a show on Monday because it's the 4th of July. Awkward silence in the darkness.
Okay, I hope Chris Chanel's cat's name is Darlene.
Uh-oh.
Because he says, Darlene says Laurie is a hot shit. I hope that's your cat.
Wow. Oh, yeah, now somebody's here.
Yes, Sue, I smelled Steve's hair and it smells great. Okay, Sue says, okay, good, have fun with the barbecue.
There he is.
I'm
Where's
gone.
Oh.
There we go. No, Lenny, I got Lenny on the phone.
Yeah.
He said he could see you, but he can't hear you. What'd you say? You can see Steve, but you can't hear him?
Oh, wow. You can see.
Lenny.
Can't hear me. Here comes the mouse and mouse.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa, haircut.
Wow. Got them all cut.
Yeah, I got, for some reason, I'm not good.
Vader. Mousy.
Hello? Check. One,
Hello?
2.
Check. 1, 2. Hello.
Yo, what's up, my people?
How is you? Check. 1, 2.
I'm living the nightmare.
So am I.
Vader.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the show.
And soon will Steve.
What?
Hey, I only got a couple of minutes because Kim is picking me up, but
Okay.
I haven't chimed in a while. I just want to tell you
Hey,
people. Hey, I just want to tell you all that I love yous and I miss you. I've been busy, and I hope that record's coming out good. And I've been making some records and I've been doing some crazy stuff with Sony with this immersive sound stuff. You know about that?
No, what is that?
I'm getting 16 speakers installed in the studio, and immersive sound is where instead of 5.1 surround sound, it literally goes from left over your head to the right and the back and then this and that. It's crazy.
So it's like the binaural head in the 21st century.
It's called Dolby Atmos, just so you know. Dolby Atmos. Yeah. And it's really, really wild stuff. And yeah, so I've been busy with that, dealing with some health stuff. But yeah, man. But I miss you guys, and I love
we miss
you all.
you too.
Hey, Booger.
Hey,
Hello. How are you?
What's up, dude? Oh shit, he's on the Enterprise.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the captain now.
I got something to show Booker. Hold on.
Oh, something to show Booker. So, well, Fader, I'm going to send you the track so that you can, because I think they did a really good job. I just got the hot mix yesterday, and I just started listening today, and I think they made everything live together really well.
That's key. Who mastered it?
You know what? God, I forget the guy's name. I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Greg
Yeah?
Calvert?
From Utah? You're in Utah.
Oh, look at this. Where is
Oh,
he?
I see an alien. I see an alien ship behind him.
That's Stuart Copeland's kit.
How's the Utah going there?
Oh wow,
Ah.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's
well.
nice.
Very
It's
nice.
so
nice.
early there. I was like, where the hell is everyone? It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon there.
No, it's tomorrow and they're gone.
That was great.
But that'd be good if you could work out a way to get paid that way.
That would be awesome.
Real.
That's cool. Oh, Lenny. Here comes Hendrix. Look at that.
Lenny.
Who's the guitar player?
Who's playing?
Carl, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Carl Verheyen, he plays with Supertramp, and he does a
Oh.
lot of Hollywood film scores.
Okay, cool.
But Carl is his first gig. We had to bring him in because Rusty's on tour with Sir Paul.
Oh.
Ah.
And I'm trying to stay out of the way of the tour manager so I don't get, whatever you're doing, stop it right now.
Oh, yeah. Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
This is cool. So please tell the children where in the world you are.
Say again.
Where are you?
Where are you, Jeff?
Deer Valley, Utah.
He's in Utah.
This is
Wow.
the
Where men are men and sheep are nervous.
this is the ski lodge right back here.
Oh, a little early. But that, yeah.
There's still snow in some of the mountains.
Is that right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. Oh, look at that.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Festival vibe, but you know. What is the engagement?
What?
What is it? Just a concert, or is it?
No, it's a summer-long concert series with the Utah Symphony.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
And special guest
okay.
Sheryl Crow was here, I think last week or something, complaining about the oxygen or lack of.
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you do about it?
They sell little canisters of oxygen at 7-Eleven and Walgreens.
Yeah, I've gotten those at Grateful Dead concerts.
Is that what they're calling it now? Oxygen?
Yeah. Little whippets.
Man.
Wickets, holy shit.
And it gets a little cold here, so they got heaters. They got heaters set up for the stage.
Gets a little cold there in July.
At night. Don't let the sun go down on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like a beautiful place.
Yeah,
it's
very
gorgeous.
nice.
Yeah, it's cool stuff.
Condos.
Man, that's cool. That's really cool. You don't have to worry about tuning the room.
Yeah, right? Tuning the mountains.
The whole world has a backstage pass. Hey, keep it down. We're trying to do a show here.
Yeah, right.
He stopped. Oh,
Say hello to your
is this-
fans.
Hey, everybody.
hey, hi.
Hi.
This is a bunch of guys, musicians, tour guys that get together on Friday and have a Zoom conference.
Great.
Get out of bed.
Hey, good to be somewhere.
That's Steve Luongo. He played with Leslie West and
Yeah.
John Entwistle Band
Yeah, great.
and Mousy, and he played with a band from New Jersey called the Good Rats. Booker King. He plays with Corey from In Living Color. This
He
is
just
Armand
plays.
Sabalecko.
Oh.
Say hello to your
Oh.
fans.
Excuse me.
Say hello to your fans.
Hello.
Hi, Armand.
That meant, I love you all. Welcome to City.
These are
How
Star
cool is this
Series.
Children of the Law?
I love those maple towns, Jeff. I love
there's-
them.
Star Series.
There's holes in
maple
those
shells.
symbols.
Yeah. We can't afford whole symbols.
No, it's like the White Castle burgers. You save on meat.
I like
Yeah,
that.
right. All right, you guys. I should probably go before the tour.
Oh,
manager
stop.
comes.
No,
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
wait. Is that
What,
his
what?
kit? Is that his kit or is that
Yeah.
back line?
No, it's a Tamil loaner from a backline company in Utah.
But it's
Nice.
but it's what he plays, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes we get Star Series, sometimes we get Star Classic. It depends on what's available. And they're
Hey, it
loaners.
ain't the wand, it's the magician.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
And the guy that tunes them. Not
There you
naming no
now.
names.
Yeah.
Now
Not
you're
naming no
talking.
names.
All right, listen, on your bike, young man, before you get busted.
Have a
Hi,
great
people.
show, Jeff.
Hello to
Have
the
a good
people of the
one.
lawn. Hello to the people of the lawn. Children of the lawn.
Rock out.
And Laurie and Remy.
Thank
All
you.
you guys.
All gang. the
Take
whole
care.
gang.
Take care.
See ya,
you.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Take care.
Oh, it's a Booker.
Yes.
You see that?
Ah, I see
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's very nice.
Oh.
Stella gave it to me
Going
for
there,
Father's
are
Day.
you?
I thought initially I thought it was something about Bluebell ice cream I was going to.
No,
Whoop his ass.
You freaking guys on your Bluebell ice cream.
I got 2 containers waiting for me to eat them.
I'm never gonna see it.
Dude, don't ever say that to people. It's like, here's what you're not getting.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Hey,
Hi.
hello.
Hey,
Oh,
What's
somebody
going
else had a
on?
gig?
No, I'm actually just kind of wrapping up my day out here in Valencia at the shop, and I just remembered you guys were doing something, and my wife's going to come get me in a little bit, but I thought I'd peek my head in and say hi and see what's
there you
going
go.
on.
Hey, well, this is why I spoke to Devin yesterday for a little bit.
Oh, you did?
Talking about Abbey Road, and we were talking about you and the guitar viol. And Booker, man, you got to see this thing, because this is this is an awesome thing. Do you have enough time just to show it to him real quick? I hate to.
I'll find
You
a
know
picture.
what? I don't know if I'm tuned up here, but what the heck? It's on the fly, right? On the fly Friday?
Yeah, believe me, there's only it's just us.
Just us.
I don't
And
know if
everybody
Nice.
else is watching.
And the president of Fender Music Corporation.
Well, I think Fader, I think you'll dig this
High
thing
five,
too.
Davis.
I think I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what we have here is
There it is.
Ooh.
it's like an oversized viola meets Ferrari kind of thing. It's guitar tuned.
Uh-huh.
It has 6 strings. It has stopping points like a guitar. And basically,
Those are
it's a way that guitar players can kind of so we're still in tune from the other day. I haven't even played this thing since.
Cool.
Oh, that's so cool. Sounds amazing.
That's cool.
And what is
That's
that
very
called?
cool.
What is that instrument called?
It's called a guitar viol. One word,
Cool.
Guitarviol. Now, originally, this is actually a 21st century arpeggione, originally invented by Stouffer, which I think Steve liked this headstock, Stouffer headstock.
The old classic.
The problem to American ears is arpeggioning Stouffer sounds like a frozen Italian dinner at the grocery store. And
mac and cheese.
So it gets worse. So this is 20 years ago, and I'm like going, okay, maybe I'll call it a violatar. But on paper, it looked like it said violator. And then so I go, okay, well, maybe I'll just go guitar viol. Well, then 10 years later, I'm kind of like somebody not to be, I had all this Google reach at that point. And they said, well, in French, that kind of means guitar rape. And so I just said, oh man, I can't win. So here it is. Fortunately, I have people in France that love the instrument. So all good, right?
All very good. I wanted Booker to see it because, he plays the double bass and stand up.
Yeah.
I knew he would appreciate this.
Is that a cello bridge that you use on it?
Or it's pretty much the same type of architecture.
Size.
Yeah. So it's it has a sound post in it, just like a violin.
Yeah.
And
just like my double bass does, yes.
Right. So think of it as a miniature sized version of a double bass, and you hold the bow kind of like, German bow or.
No, I'm a French bow guy. So you were
French bow. Well, right,
Yeah.
but that's okay. I mean, it's, people can break the rules after they get these things. I just sort of designed them for initially for the way I played, and then the thing took off unexpectedly. So
wow.
now it's lacing all these various movie and TV shows for the last 15, 20 years. So it's been quite a ride.
Yeah, we were talking. Devin and I were talking about it. He said he has quite a few of them, and it's great, man. I mean, it's an interesting sound, and you can, and Booker, just FYI, because I know what's going through your head. Those are all flat. All of them, all 6 strings are flat wound, like cello or whatever string.
Well, these are actually legit cello strings, though.
There's a chill. They are.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In the earlier years, I used to have frets, but they would, and I was using guitar strings, and that had its problems. Now, guitar strings would go sharp if you leaned them too hard; they were too bright. And so I made the switch. But then when I did, I had to go away from steel frets because they were munching the strings up for lunch.
Yeah.
And so now I've got a 0 friction composite surface that we can do vibratos on and not eat the strings up, and they'll stay on here for a long time.
Now, do you mic that, or does it come with electronics?
Actually, I do load them with these acoustic models. I generally load them with an LR Baggs lyric pickup, and so we can go DI in these things, and that's kind of how they fly out the door. Yeah. And a lot of composers will either go DI or they'll do both miking and DI. The electric models were a different ballpark completely, but these are pretty much what we're doing these days.
I've got a question.
Yeah,
are the frets part of the fretboard?
This is all one piece. So in other words, the frets and the nut even. So when I make these in a sort of a couple step molding process where they're cast and there's a graphite content in there, so it gives it certain performance lubricity. It also makes it dramatically harder and wear resistant. Inside is a vacuum laid up layer of carbon fiber. So this thing as a neck and everything, it's as strong as it'll ever get.
Okay. You intend for those frets to last a pretty long time?
It's actually, what my experience has been, the frets, if I left them as frets, would munch the strings up for lunch every day. And so people would and so it's like a classical guitar. Think about it this way. Like if a classical guitar, the lower 3 silver wound strings generally wear, the frets eat them up. And so unlike an electric guitar or steel string guitar where you're wearing out nickel frets with steel strings, it's the opposite. The frets will wear out the strings on these.
Yeah, I didn't get that. It sounded backwards.
So we don't really see, I haven't seen a lot of wear on these things. And you know what? Most of the people who've owned both types, of stuff I've built in the past and these, they just love it. They're like,
Show them the this was my thing, Booker. I said and Lenny too, and Angus, bass players.
Yeah.
I was saying, do you sacrifice the fretless thing when you have the frets in there, but do the slide?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You can. Most people assume that frets are just stopping points, but you can press down the string.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
You hear the half steps in there, right?
Yeah.
But you can actually. Now that's like playing slide guitar with your fingertips. So you can literally. So I can do a guitar vibrato.
Right. Cool.
So John, because you're on the show today, everybody in the show gets one, right?
It's like Oprah. You get a car. You get a car.
You get a guitar viol, and you get a guitar viol.
I'm glad
you could be fretless at will, is what I'm saying.
That's cool.
So it's like having a cake and eating it too.
Just a question. You're using a carbon fiber bow too?
This is a carbon fiber Incredibow.
Yeah.
And it has, the difference between this and the stock Incredibows, because they make them for violins, cellos, and basses. This one has a little bit of a weighted tip in it. So I had to put like 7 grams in there, I think. It helps with the bouncing. If I'm doing any kind of like really... It gives it a little bit of bounce attack.
Because what's funny is I got a carbon fiber bow, And I've had a Pernambuco bow for ages.
Yeah.
Once I started using the carbon fiber bow, the Pernambuco did not come out the house. Yeah,
You know,
so-
I'll be the first to tell anybody, especially a serious, you know, and I'll agree with a serious string player, you know, the old wooden stuff, there's nothing like it. The horsehairs, it's great. For me, it's like, I just want something that's not going to blow apart on me all the time. And it's light and easy. It's low maintenance. Heck, with these carbon fiber bows, especially with these, they call them Increta hairs. They don't break. And so the only time I've ever broken them, and it's not fair, I dropped a soldering iron on it. Okay.
I'll do it.
But I mean, you can actually literally shampoo these things and wash them off if you want. Yeah, you know, so, but I tell people, you know, this is the jumping off bow that I send with the instrument. So when they open the box and it's rosined up, they can just start playing right away, and they might keep this the rest of their life. But I always encourage people to experiment and try different bows, try different things. You know, just like a guitar player is going to try different picks or no picks or nails or no nails, you know, kind of stuff. So
trying different things. George Doobie.
What's up, Joe?
How are you, Joe?
Hanging in there. We're here.
Cool.
Right.
Guys, I got to get over to my dad's. Listen, it was really great seeing everyone. All right.
Bye, Peter.
All right. We'll see y'all soon.
Happy
Steve,
4th.
let's talk
Take
soon.
care.
Hey, happy
Be safe.
4th. Be safe, everyone. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so Doobie, you were saying.
I missed y'all. How y'all doing?
We missed you.
Miss you too.
Oh,
We're
it's
better
good to
now
be
that
here.
you're here.
Oh, well, go ahead and start partying.
Well, we did that.
Bark him up.
Oh, my mistake. When do I get my bow in whatever that thing was?
That's, you gotta go to guitarviol.com, I think.
You know what? I have to, and I apologize. in advance. My domain got munched.
Right.
So
Toga.
yeah, if you go to togamanguitars.com, which was not the domain I wanted, there's a big layered story as to how it wound up that. I'm having to reactivate my other domains here pretty soon, but I got hacked really badly in May. And it took a month to get back online. It was terrible. I'm glad you guys were able to reach me through the website, because that meant it still worked, because it was really, really bad, whoever did it.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
They could shut you down like that, right?
You know what happened was, it just got so, it was some Japanese bag company or it was some bogus site that just took it over, and basically, but they got in the front end and then they got in the back end.
Yeah. Well, once your server's hacked, they can do whatever they want.
And what happened
tie
was,
you up and hold you
Google
hostage.
was flagging all my stuff. So if you went to Google to find me, it just wouldn't exist because they were pushing it off. And so the only way people were able to find me was on social. But yeah, I just spent so much time on text service and site lock and all this kind of messy stuff. So we finally, it's finally back up and running. I'm going to go back and redo some things, but that was time and bandwidth and attention I didn't need to divert for a few weeks.
Right?
Now I'm playing hell, catching up with everything. Day late and 1,000 short, right?
Yeah. So who's got gigs? Anybody?
I'm at the Standard Place tonight.
You're at Arthur's tonight. I have a gig on Saturday and Sunday.
All the way through September as of now.
Hey man, that's great.
Yeah.
And what acts do you take there?
One of my Brewbakers I take, one of those. At this point, I found that I only really play 3 basses other than my upright.
And here's a question I never thought to ask. Who makes an upright bass? I mean, what is the brand of that?
Oh, there's a zillion of them. I have an unpedigreed carved bass that I don't know who made it. It's a beautiful bass. And I have a plywood bass, which does 95% of the work I do, including orchestral work.
Really?
Yeah, because it just sounds really good. And then I found the bass is Lonnie Plaxico. When we talked about our basses, we have basically the identical bass. It's a plywood base. It has real purfling in it, which is those little lines that go around the edges of the base. Well, real purfling means that they carve a channel into the side, and it's ebony that's in those channels. Yeah. So it has real purfling and real ebony fingerboard and tailpiece.
Oh.
So there's nothing wrong with laminate construction. And it's one upside to that is you're not going to have to deal with all the cracking and the climate playing too much hell on it.
Yeah, it has done things like I put it on a chair, turned my back, rolled over onto the bridge, popped it back off of the bass. Now, everything with double bass costs $500 to fix. That was about $1,200.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've fixed a lot of those in cellos and violins over the years. They all break in the same place, right, the heel. The elevated. There's an elevation part of the neck where this is kind of this is one of my more or less kind of wooden-like ones. But a lot of the times I build these things with a carbon fiber rod going inside to keep it from happening in the first place. And I found this tuning and settling in was a lot quicker. Now I'm a lot more extreme, of course, with the carbon fiber. And I put, to see me getting crazy, I put this modulus rod into that thing so that it's not going to move. So it's, that's the Achilles heel that of many centuries. The one place that always breaks is the elevation area.
Yeah.
Right to the floor and bam, right in half.
Yeah. So, I feel like I need an orchestral joke here. Some kind.
Oh, jokes, here they come.
I think I have one. If you need one,
please bring it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. John, let's see that instrument again.
Hold on, there goes that compressor.
We can't hear it. At least I can't.
Okay, how does a violin player keep his violin from being stolen? Puts it in a cello case.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Now, I spent a bunch of years, I worked with the Philadelphia Orchestra.
Okay.
And according to them, a viola will burn longer than a violin.
It's more wood.
And that's why I've been making this out of high flame retardant. No, just kidding.
So that sucker's not going to burn?
Only on
probably
stage.
Not so easily. There is a little bit of wood involved just on the outer layer of this. This is carbon fiber on the back.
Okay.
But I would say this: I have hundreds of instruments that are all wood that I built, though, that would burn. This is like, for example, the tops I make are laminated carbon.
Ooh, that's pretty.
This is that's a veneer on the outside, but on the inside, it's a vacuum laminated over balsa.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's some wood in there, so some stuff could burn, but
burn it, Lenny.
Now that'll polish up like a piece of wood.
Yes, it will. Right now, it's in the rough, out of the mold look right now, but it will actually. What happens is the resin infuses into the wood, and then you sand it and polish it, and you've got a built-in finish. And one thing that's kind of unique about these instruments is because of the fixed, note positions, you have to move the bridge around to get it in tune.
Okay.
Once you get it there, but when you're taking spruce and something very delicate and fragile, French polished shellac, you're just moving that thing and you're just tearing it to pieces. This, it's just very strong, and I could move the bridge around confidently and not worry about it.
So you've been thinking about this?
No, I've actually, after several hundred of these things,
he had a
built
dream
in the way that I described before, fragile, French polish and shellac and spruce and maple and all those things. I've gotten really frustrated with it, and I just said, there's got to be a better way.
Well, there you go.
Looks like very nice what you're doing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like the one on the right. I like
Very
that
cool.
thing on the right, whatever that is.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a one-off that never got built. I've had this sitting around since 2009, and they just put a neck on it recently. I'm training my assistant to carve the neck. So
okay, same instrument.
This is going to be a 6, and it's just a little smaller. It's electroacoustic. It's a model I have discontinued years ago in terms of style, but I'm going to build it and put it out there in the market to kind of feed the lab a little bit. I did this monarch butterfly inlay, so my shop is always called the tramp stamp.
Yes, the boy in the red hat.
Yes. John, what about, I mean, I know when I made those pictures for you, you had that white one, the electric one.
Yes.
And that, because I remember watching a video of the guy that did the background music for the movie 300. And he said,
Tyler Bates, yes.
Yeah. In fact,
I'm gonna have to bounce here in a little bit, but I do have time for that story.
There it is.
That one's been in Guitar Player magazine twice in 2005 when I built that thing. It was built in 2004, originally for Joe Satriani. And it was almost thrown out because it had a big knot in it. So I just said, no, I'm going to take some Bondo, we'll sand it, and we'll send it to my guy, Pat, and we'll have him put a really nice pearl finish on it. And I figured with Satriani, if he did take to the thing, on stage, under stage lighting, that would be whatever the stage light was.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be some boring sunburst from the back row, It wound up in Guitar Player magazine. Joe and I became good friends during that time. And, it didn't take for him, but Tyler Bates reached out to me through my friend Loga, or first client Loga, actually. And I said, well, you're going to have to wait 9 months otherwise, but I have one showing up on my door from Guitar Player magazine that's going to be here in a couple days, and you can't be picky about the color, but if you want it like right now, I can sell it to you. And so the rest is history, and he wound up doing 300 with it. And tons of other things. I mean, we're talking, he's right now, that instrument has actually been on tour with Jerry Cantrell from Alice.
Really? Yeah.
So he's opening the show with that instrument. So that instrument's been in service continually, daily for years.
Wow.
I just don't make those things very much because they're very, they're a logistical nightmare to build. Just a lot of parts, a lot of little things, because it's a big technical story, but I mean, it does have individual saddle pickups in them.
Yeah.
And just a lot of moving parts. And so I just started going more into the acoustics over the years. And that seemed to be what the customers were really going for.
Okay. Wow.
So
it's a
one really technical question. So it's an arched fingerboard and an arched bridge. What is the radius of that fingerboard?
Well, it's not a radius. It's not a radius. It starts off, it's at the nut at 7.77 inches, very similar to a 7.75 inch on a Fender, radius, but it moves up. So in the old days, I used to have on a 2.5 inch radius at the bridge, but that didn't work out so well. I started to have to make the curvature steeper on the bass side, because when you go into the lower strings, they're a little more slacker than the tauter upper strings. So you need to be able to push the bow and not have to go all the way down to the board with a long distance. And one of the problems I've seen with a lot of similarly conceived instruments is that basically and I think I talked about this on the last show, was if you have a curvature of strings, but your fingerboard is less than curved, you've got a middle section where you're pushing down the middle strings and then you're hitting the other strings with the bow. Especially when you have more than 4 strings, you start going to 5 and 6 and 7, it becomes really messy. So it became very necessary for me to really get precise to get the action right at every point. So it's a very straight line wherever the strings lay, but I've also adjusted for the tension on the strings. And that means that, somebody who's played one of those less optimal instruments, they can play farther up the chord and go, wow, I can actually play these notes now. Whereas
And
before,
you
they
did
were
all
having
this
trouble.
at summer camp?
Sure. Got the fishing pole and everything.
I know for a long time on double basses that it was the fingerboard was curved, and then where the E string is, it was really, there was a definite drop off.
Wedge.
Flat, and it was flat there. Now, you know, with technology, I know that when I took my bass to, you know, I had the fingerboard dressed, you know, filed and dressed. And when he did that, I came back, it was round, and I said, why'd you do that? He says, that's what we do now.
Well, yeah, you'll see it on cello.
You like it.
What happens is the string, if this is a string and the bow is bowing the string actually follows the bow. Okay, when you pluck it, it goes like this. But if you bow it, it goes like this. And so when you're dealing with that, that's why they had that wedge, so the string can kind of really move in that direction. And then when you pluck it, it just kind of goes back to its normal cycle. But it, you know, yeah, I could see why they probably have gotten a little more, you know, contemporary in the setups too, where people can play them a little easier, maybe. I hope.
Well, steel strings have made it so you heard better. They're rougher on your hands initially, but
yeah,
you know.
What kind of strings do you use on your bass?
I use Perastro Obligatos. Great strings.
Nice.
Yeah, $300 a set.
Yeah, that's about what my strings are, you know, roughly. I mean, they could range depending on if they're Diodario Helicors, which I've been using, or Larsons, which can go in the 4 or 5, depending. So it's, yeah, that's why it's nice to have a fingerboard that doesn't have frets on it that chew the strings up. And that's why I've gone through all this trouble to, you know.
I remember someone asking me a long time ago, they said, well, how often do you change the strings on an upright bass? And I said, when I can afford another set.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's not unlikely that there are going to be a lot of birthdays on that bass with those strings.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's what I tell a lot of composers I'm dealing with, because they're like, oh, how often should I change the strings? I said, if it sounds good, it is good. Leave it alone. But if they're coming apart and it's time to change them, go ahead. And change one at a time under tension. Don't try to take the instrument apart, because then you're going to be calling me for a setup.
That post will fall over, and that's a whole nother thing.
Exactly. I mean, you know what? I had to go dirty on the post sometimes. I've been putting like a little seal on the bottom so that if it's broken, I can tell if somebody tampered it. But it's enough to where a tech can move it if they had to. But yeah, I'll know if they did.
That's pretty cool. Now, I saw a thing. I was just cruising through YouTube when I have 5 minutes to spare and I don't feel like listening to the misery that is the news. There's all kinds of stuff, and they track you, so they give you stuff you like or that they think you like. And I see this guy doing a dissertation on slap bass and the origins of slap bass.
Mm-hmm.
And he took it all the way back to the guys that were playing upright, because they played the snare drum hit with the slap. That's how it started.
Wasn't that the Graham guy?
Well, on electric bass, Larry Graham is
Larry Graham.
Bass on electric bass. But there are guys, Slam Stewart, Milt Hinton was a monster slap bass player. And the reason why they call it slapped on double bass is because you actually slap the fingerboard. You don't do that with electric bass. What Larry calls it, he calls it thumping and plucking, which is actually more accurate on electric bass.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Well, it was born for the electric bass too. I mean, as far as the slapping and goes, I remember I worked there was a time in my life I worked at Castle's Music, and that's where the Wayne's World movie was filmed.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd sell those King basses, and we'd have the rockabilly guys coming in, and we had the owner put a little sign on the bass, no slapping, just because he wanted to keep the bass pristine. He didn't want them all banged up. He wanted to sell the things, right? So.
There There you go.
Yeah.
We lost Angus again.
He does that, doesn't he?
Oh,
He
I
did.
didn't notice.
He does.
Uh-oh. Somebody
Angus,
fall out?
Angus, he comes and he goes.
That person in the background.
Yeah, who is that
Black
sitting in the
Gumby.
background?
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. Let's see if we can get a good view of it.
There he is.
I'm gonna probably have to bounce here, guys, because I got.
All right, John.
my
Thank
ride
you,
share.
man. No worries. Good. Appreciate you coming in and you
Yeah.
know, good to see
Thanks,
you.
buddy.
Thanks for sharing.
Nice.
Yeah,
history. Really beautiful.
It works out well for me because I just the timing of the show on the West Coast is kind of like typically when I'm wrapping my shift up in the
There you
shop. So Fridays, why not?
There you go.
Well,
Good
we're
luck.
glad you could make it, man. Thank you.
Well, it's definitely fun, and we'll see you guys again sometime.
All right, any Friday. Any good
Bye-bye.
Friday.
Have
Bye,
a great
John.
weekend and a great 4th.
Take care. You too. Happy 4th.
Bye,
Okay.
Jonathan.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a safe one.
Okay.
Angus, who the hell's with Black
Yeah,
Gumby?
who's with Black Gumby over there? Angus. That'd be you.
Yeah.
Cut
Angus.
it out.
Want to
Angus
turn
is
the mic
on you.
on?
Who's standing next to
muted.
Black Gumby? Is that like it looks
Muted.
like a nutcracker or something?
He's just an old man. Wait, I can make him bigger. Hold
Just
on.
an old man.
Oh, I don't know if I want you to.
Oh, okay.
Might be freaking us out now.
Yeah, Gumby, an old man. And
I can
There's something about those legs.
yeah, he's the grandfather on the lawn.
Is that a lawn
Here
chair?
we go. Here we go. Okay, okay.
Where'd you get that old man from?
Yeah, what's going on with that guy?
Oh, geez.
You know what? I for some reason I like the picture and I put it into that program that I made it a PGN so you can see through the chair and everything. So
PNG, but who's, don't worry about that.
Do you
Yeah,
know
okay,
that
yeah.
person?
Wait a minute. You cannot
Where'd you
look
get that
into the
picture
law.
from?
I don't want to do that.
where did I get that? I don't know. You know what? I Googled old man sitting in a rocking chair.
Oh, so
Who doesn't?
okay, this is a look into Angus's mind.
I don't know. I was. I don't know tell you where I was.
I don't know.
That's a little scary.
I'm scared. Yeah,
Me
I'm,
too.
I'm frightened.
Me too.
Anybody
All
else?
right, all right.
Oh, there he is. Oh, look at this.
Can
What's
we
under
do-
that coat?
GOON. Gone. All right. So, dude, but you-
No, that would be goon, but okay, we got it. Understand. G-O-O-N, gone. Yeah.
Oh,
Agreed.
it's
And
kind
you
of
got
like
the
love
first letter right.
Oh,
You got
man.
the first letter right. So
no, you know,
oh,
Man.
Booker.
Yes.
You remember KC, the drummer in Full House, back in the '80s?
Uh-huh.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to. I got that from him. We used to always drive together to the gigs, but he was always drinking already. He had a couple of martinis when we picked him up at his apartment, and he'd be drinking beers in the car on the way to the gig. So he'd always sit there and finish off a beer, throw it out the window, and go GOON, gone.
oh, so he drank and drove and littered?
Wow.
He was sitting in the back seat. I wouldn't drive with him.
Yeah, no, you don't want
He
to do
didn't
that.
drive. He didn't drive too often because he was already plastered before we even started. So
Where is he now?
And
How
what
many
did
of
you play?
those
The
gigs
oboe?
he's an electrician now.
He's an
You're an
electrician?
Yeah.
That's funny right there.
what could possibly go wrong?
I would not.
Not at all.
Dude, are you playing again?
Almost.
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 All right, good.
I'm this close.
Dude, what's your
Good.
shirt? What is that T-shirt?
Oh, it's from Cajun country, Louisiana.
Ooh,
It's
Oh,
It's a pelican.
it's a
Yeah.
pelican. and
Oh,
it's
okay,
the,
okay, cool.
It's the symbol of Acadiana down there in Lafayette and Point South. I'm going
Okay.
all New Orleans this afternoon with my bling Fleur de Lis.
you're going to
The
New
hell?
Orleans?
Huh?
Well,
Are
he's
you
got the
going
New
to New
Orleans theme going on with his hat, his
Oh,
fleur de
okay.
lis. He's got like a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
He's
just what came out
bedazzled.
of the drawer today.
Very cool.
Yeah, wait,
Well, you
listen.
know, Booker's wife is from Louisiana also.
Mercy sakes alive.
Well, her family from Louisiana. She's from Houston, but her family is from Opelousas, Lafayette.
Opelousas, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was going down there, I was going down to Lafayette for a week a month for about a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And you get into it pretty good. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody who's playing something.
You know what I used to really like a lot of her relatives have passed on since we've been married, because we've been married really a long time now. But when we would travel through Louisiana, every house we stopped at, somebody had some food, and it was always amazing.
Oh yeah, it's all good. It's all
It's
amazing.
not like that in London.
No. Or Ireland.
No, Brookie, you're right there, and it's all amazing stuff too. It's everything you go, man, I can't get this at home. No siree.
Unless you live there, then you can get it at home.
Well, but then you got to live there.
You know, it's really funny.
There's the downside.
If you've ever been to a Popeyes in the north, right? A Popeyes fried chicken, and you've had a chicken. It's okay. It's good. It's better than a lot of the other ones, right? Go to a Popeyes in Louisiana. It's a whole nother experience.
Yeah,
different world.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you my Popeyes experience, okay? Because
it is.
I thought, I'm thinking it's the Colonel, and that's all there is.
Well,
in the
he's
world,
telling
right?
me the best
and
chicken
I'm telling
in the
her
world.
fried chicken, the best fried chicken is the Colonel, and it's this and that,
This
right?
was in the 80s.
And we're driving down Broadway
when
in the
Times
city,
Square
right?
was
and,
in the 80s.
and there's Popeyes,
Yeah.
right? And she goes, "That's the best fried chicken in the world." And I'm saying, I've never even heard of this
And
thing
this is
before.
like my-
Popeyes in Times Square. I don't even know if they really have food in there. You know what I?
Because it was when it was the 80s was like full of
Because it
sex
was like
clubs
porn
and,
and
stuff.
chicken. What
Yeah.
the
Hookers and drug dealers.
Right. And I'm saying, no, I'm from Louisiana. That's where it's from. It's the best fried chicken. And he's like, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating anything from there. I went, come on, you have to try it. You have to try it. You have to. And he tried it.
And it's
And
like,
he loved
wow.
it.
but there is a little competition down in Louisiana called churches.
Well, you got to go to Cane's. Cane's is the competition for that.
Really? Not churches?
Not so much as Popeyes and Cane's.
Oh, Cane's must be something.
Yeah, that has to be some
Since
upstart.
I lived there.
Yeah.
It's a chain?
And they got them around.
They got them around. I've seen them in Houston. Yeah.
Yeah, they got them around.
Cane's.
Yeah.
I love Popeyes.
Oh yeah, but down there you don't have to go anywhere. You just go to somebody's house, and it's better than anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very
You go
true.
get yourself a plate lunch, and you get with 2 sides, and there's no description. It's called plate lunch, and you get 2 sides, and it's just off the chain, man. It's so good. It's so freaking good.
But that's like, with Caribbean food, I'm from a Caribbean family, right? And you get, beef patties that you buy from other places. And if you've ever had them homemade, you won't eat the other ones. You just won't.
Well, it's like
The
buying.
homemade ones.
It's if you were going to go buy Goya pasteles, they don't count. You got to go get somebody's abuelita's
Yeah,
got to make.
for real, yeah. That's
Oh,
true.
no joke. You got to know the right. I used to be married to a Puerto Rican woman, so I know this. But when Abuelita makes them, there's no finer. If she can't make them anymore, you got to go know which bodega to go to get them out of the freezer.
True.
If you don't know that, then you got to buy store bought or like Goya or something. That's like, don't waste your money.
What is
Don't
the name
waste
of
your
the
money.
food?
Huh?
I know it's Mexican food, but what is the name of it?
Pasteles.
Goya.
I've
Well,
heard of
Goya is the
Goya.
brand, but pasteles
Goya.
are mushed up plantanos, and
Yeah.
you usually got a hunk of pork in there and maybe like a green olive, and
Oh wow!
you wrap it up in
Never
a
heard of
banana
that.
leaf and you cook them.
I have never heard of
Pasteles.
that.
Me.
But you can't only get them
Me
around
too.
the holidays. You can't buy one now.
I've had a Puerto Rican describe them and they describe them as like Thanksgiving turkey.
It is. Yeah.
Felt
That's
about
what
it.
the season starts.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving, you make them through Christmas, and then they're gone till next year.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's holiday food. But you wait all year for your pasteles. I still got one in the freezer if I'm dying. You know. I found a place. I found a place in
Like an
Plainfield.
emergency one.
I got a place in Plainfield where I can go get.
Frost in case of emergency.
That's
Right,
like
break glass.
Lenny, you're in Antigua. Do they have kalalu there?
If they do, I don't know.
Okay, it's
No,
something
I'm
that's
saying.
it's something that's usually served around New Year's. It's like the soup that you eat bringing in the New Year, and it's an okra soup, and it's really, if you got it made by the right person. See, that's really the key. It has to be made by the right person. If it's made by the right person, you'll eat it until they stop you.
And how do you
Okay.
spell that, Booker? Spell that.
Kalalu.
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 Dalou.
Oh, Lenny knows how to
Hello?
spell it.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. That's a song that Ricky Ricardo used to sing.
Babalu. And Bingo was his name. Oh,
Yeah. I've had goat water here. Goat water.
That's pee, Lenny.
No.
that does not sound appetizing.
This is goat water.
They should change
I
the
hope
name.
it could have been. I don't know.
They have
Tell
milk.
you the truth.
I don't think they have water.
I've had some weird shit.
Go water. That's pee. That's
Go
funny.
water.
Oh man.
Very nice. Was it in just a cup? Or
I'm gonna throw up.
No. It was like a soup. It was like a soup.
Oh.
I've had
Wait.
bullfoot soup.
That's what just
Okay.
about
I
bullfoot.
need to go.
Yeah, bullfoot soup.
But
something else.
there was no bullfoot in it.
No,
Oh no.
I was looking for a big hoof.
no, there
or
was a
something,
bull.
but,
There was a bull around it.
Served
somewhere,
in the
but,
hoof.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was actually pretty good. Yeah, you could eat some strange stuff here. They know how to cook pork. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Are there a lot of pigs there?
Yeah, there are pigs. A lot of pigs.
Oh
there.
yeah, there's a fair amount.
Well, we saw the cows on the
Yeah,
beach.
we saw the cows. We met the donkey.
Yep.
So you're covered.
I like the goats.
And the fish, the goats are nice. They're very nice.
We didn't
Goats.
see the goats.
So, guys, it's time for me to go. So,
All right,
Yeah,
Booker,
time
thanks
for us
for
to
being
go
here,
too.
bro. As
Have a
always.
Good show. Have a great
everybody have
weekend.
a safe weekend.
Yes.
You too, man. You too.
All right, then.
Well, take care.
Bye.
Take care, man.
I didn't even get to put my pasture up, and
Oh, I'm
people
gonna
are bailing
I'm getting ready
already.
to run to the bathroom.
You're running to the bathroom? What's going on?
What's the deal? What's the deal?
Worry.
Now the
Something-
children of the
something
lawn
I don't
are
know
getting
about?
duck blood soup.
Duck blood soup.
They're laughing.
Chanina.
No,
Yeah,
no,
duck
no.
blood soup is chanina, I think. It's
Oh,
like
please,
a
please.
big
Oh,
Polish
you
thing.
know
like
she's
the
gonna.
Maasai,
Yeah, you have
the
no
Maasai.
idea.
Oh,
do you remember?
oh,
Do you remember
oh.
Faces of Death? Do you remember when that came out?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was horrible.
Well, that was around the time we got together, and for
And of
some
course,
reason,
he had the
I had
video.
it, and it made her throw up. So you
Well,
know,
because he showed me the Maasai.
doing the cow thing with the
They put the they like put
monkey brains, that whole thing. Yeah, you see, I should have gone patriotic.
I don't have.
I tell you what, I got a good joke for you if you want to hear a joke. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll send you
Is
off.
it
Send
gonna
you
make
off.
me throw up?
It's not going to make you throw. It might, but I don't think so. Okay, there's a bartender, and he works right across the street from this factory, and the factory employs nothing but handicapped people, primarily deaf people, right? So, talking about a factory that has nothing but deaf people in it.
What? What?
Exactly.
What?
It's
Good
musicians
one,
mostly,
dude. Good
drummers.
one.
Nice, dude.
So one day the guy calls up his brother-in-law and he says, "Listen, you got to do me a favor." He says, "I just feeling terrible, man." He said, "I've got to get some sleep. I can't work tonight." He said, "When the people get out, just do me a favor and take over the bar and make sure everybody's gone by 2:00 because I'll get a fine. They don't like it when they come here." So he says, "Well, I don't know how. I don't. How will I know what they're saying?" He said, "It's very simple. They're not going to talk to you. It's going to be very quiet, very peaceful. They're either going to go whiskey or beer. Whiskey, beer. That's all you got to worry about. They'll give them a whiskey. This beer, whiskey, beer, whiskey. That's it. And do me a favor, don't wake me up, and make sure the place is closed by 2. So at about 1:45, the guy's freaking out, and he goes back and he wakes the owner up, and he says, "Listen, I got a problem out here." He said, "What?" He said, "Did they ask for whiskey?" He said, "Yeah, they asked for whiskey." He said, "Did they ask for beer?" He said, "Yeah, they asked for beer." He said, "So what's the problem?" He said, "I don't know. They're all going like this." And the guy goes, "Oh shit, they're singing. We'll never get rid of them."
Oh, that's a good one.
That was all right.
Not bad, not bad.
Thank
Thank you. Thank
Drive
you.
the wheel.
Perfect.
Oh no.
I thought it was a good one. They were having a good time. All right, well, listen, my children of the children of
Have
the
a
children.
great holiday, everybody.
Yeah, be safe. Don't blow your fingers off.
Yeah.
Working? You working tonight?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm working. Is today Friday? Yeah.
Yeah. Friday.
I'm working
Yeah, it is,
Saturday and Sunday at wealthy people's private parties. One is a yacht club down in like Lavalette area down in the Jersey Shore, which is of course where you want to have to drive to on freaking 4th of
let's
July
go.
weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's kind
And
of
the
rough.
other
Let's go.
one is out almost into no man's land in Connecticut. So yeah, I'm racking up the miles this weekend for sure.
You're
Wow.
hanging out with Wade Preston or something?
Yeah. Oh
Hey,
no.
Preston.
Yeah, he plays
Yeah.
all those private parties.
Man.
Why? Who
Yeah.
knows Wade Preston? Who said that?
Me.
Yeah,
Oh
Lenny.
yeah, Wade. You know Wade?
Yeah.
He used to be
I don't
on
know
the
if I do.
show. Oh.
Lenny,
He
I
was the
have
one
to
who
tell
used
you.
to play on Friday nights. He used to play us out, remember, on Friday nights?
Last
He
night
was-
I saw the Black Crows at the summer stage in Asbury Park.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah. I
That
was
sounds cool.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked. It's a Stone Pony summer stage. It's pretty stoked. The show was sold out. The Crows sounded okay, and as much as Chris Robbins can still sing his ass off, it was like the worst mix I've ever heard in my life.
Ouch.
I was so pissed off, but not just me. There were other people. I don't understand why people don't. You know what? I've been in a zone where I'm behind, like, Len, you're in your space by the board, right? And you're doing your thing. And I've said to other people, go over there and tell me what it sounds like over there. Walk over there, what's it sound like in the back? What's it sound like in the front? Like, zero accountability. All you could hear was guitars. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if it was Skinnerd or the Outlaws, where there's like 3 guitar players in the band, that might be, but it's the Black Crows, which basically is Chris, like, the singer. That's it. That's,
Right.
No one cares about it. You couldn't hear him. I was getting like really so stressed, when you're starting to hyperventilate and want to just take over the soundboard. And I was psyched because they brought in analog stuff. They were mixing on analog boards.
Wait a minute. Did they have a Yamaha board?
Yes.
I just read that the other day. That's their board.
Yeah, they towed around this big ass Yamaha analog board with
The
it.
fuck?
I know. Everybody, you know what? First of all, I think people are leaning back that way just because it like looks cool when you're one of those bands that does that like retro kind of, vibe or whatever. But beyond that, people are hoarding the electronics now because of the supply issues. You can't get chips, you can't get anything. There's like waiting lists for everything. So people, it's like the housing market now. People, you see a digital board go up, it's like, oh, you got a Midas for sale, how much? It's like bidding wars at this point.
Well, here.
I have a Mackie 1604 that I wouldn't mind getting rid of.
Right. I have an Allen Heath sitting in my basement. I'm like, I'm holding on to that bitch.
Mousy,
You want to hear a barn find? I'm clearing out some gear because I just have way more stuff than I'm ever going to use, and I'd rather it, get to where it needs to go. And I see this road case, and I open it up, and what's in there? A Micro Moog. But not just any Micro Moog, the frickin' prototype.
Get out.
Roger,
Yep.
I swear to God, they etched 0001 in it.
Roger Powell gave
Yeah,
it
Roger
to
did
us.
it years ago, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Wow.
Hey,
Anybody want a micro-moog prototype? We got one.
Yep.
Oh, dude, I'm sure if you put that out there to
Oh.
some of these people, they would
Yeah.
be like, again, throw it into Sotheby's. People will be like
Right.
auctioning
Yeah, right.
that shit off.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a hot cake.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
you know,
Look at the-
if anybody's interested, I got my 40-watt Bogan 6-channel that's ready to go.
Oh, you could hold on to that one.
Yeah, I think that one's
Wait a minute.
safe. I think that one's safe, dude.
Well, let me just tell you, who on this call hasn't played with that and made some money?
Ah.
Yes, that's
Oh,
true.
hell yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I
those
remember
battles of
Bogan.
bands,
I
are you
remember
kidding me?
Bogan.
Bogan 100
Yeah,
watt
little
columns.
Bogan. Come on, let's go. 40 watts.
I think I had a PA once that consisted of just those round horns and nothing else.
That's good.
That was a long time ago. We liked it.
Wow. Well, I think, on that happy note, guys, I'm going to go eat some frickin' dinner.
Enjoy. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah. Good night. Oh, I have
Yeah.
news. Did I tell you about my Roy Orbison thing, that live documentary
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
We're playing at the Suffolk Theater on August 6th.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Saturday night.
So excited.
Oh, I am
Oh, yeah.
so excited.
Well, Steve's not playing.
I'm not playing.
He's
I
producing.
Right. You're producing it, though, right?
Yeah, but now I'm writing the script, and it's like, man, it's so.
It's a live documentary
Yeah.
with a really good band
It's
playing.
really cool. The
music.
the players are all excellent, and then it's going to have great visuals, and I'm
I
really.
love that concept. I loved when the Rascals did their thing of,
Broadway.
back and forth with, and here we are on Ed Sullivan and how they all got together and what towns they came, and then, like move through. And it was so interesting. It was so much more fun. I mean, the music was great, obviously, but it was so much more fun, and it was so nostalgic for the people.
They were
Because,
so good. I went to the Broadway show. They were amazing.
right? I know.
You close your eyes, I started to cry. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, Steve talked to Gene
Yeah,
Cornish the other day,
I don't want to.
and he said that he's going to go out and
Yeah,
start playing
he's
with
going
them
to start
in
playing.
November.
They're going to go out. He's going to be playing with Felix in November.
Yep.
Really?
I get these fabulous
He sends
daily.
a joke a day.
They send me a joke every day. And today's was just found out the company that produces yardsticks won't be making them any longer.
Won't be making it any longer. Oh, God.
And there's a.
I don't get it.
Literally.
They're only going to be 36 inches.
They're yardsticks.
Yeah, they won't make
They
them,
won't be making them any
64
longer.
inches. They're on
Fuck
like
all
a
of you.
Well, all
It's
right.
very
It took me
corny.
a minute. It took me a minute.
Then he
Oh,
sends
man,
me,
the one with the
and
cow.
I hope. Then he sends me the Mexican word of the day:
What is it?
No, Chris. Steve will not be there August 6th.
cheapest.
Cheapest?
Mexican?
The last time I told my wife a joke, she pissed her pants.
Oh, God.
He's pissed.
Cheapest. She pissed her
My
pants.
God.
Yeah, he's
All right.
stretching. He's
Gotta go.
He's stretching.
Yes,
Oh,
it's time
gee.
to go. I'm going
Gotta
to
go.
Yeah. On that
I
happy
think he's
note-
I think he's trying to get rid of us.
Gotta go.
No.
See you later.
Enjoy.
Yeah, well, I'm leaving. I know what
All
I'm
right,
not.
take care of
Be
yourself.
don't be a stranger.
Happy birthday,
Love the
America.
children of the lawn.
Yeah, they love you too, Mousy. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Adios.
Take care, kids.
Bye, Steve.
Bye, dude.
Bye, Doobie. Come
Feel
back
good.
soon.
We'll see you next week.
Will do. Take care.
Yeah. Doobie.
Yay.
We love Doobie.
Yeah, we do love the dude.
Yep.
And how about that? Was cool. I knew Booker would like that John's instrument. I knew it would blow his mind.
Oh, yeah. It sounded like a lot of people liked it.
It's a cool thing.
Tim, no, not the little farm. This is out by the Hamptons in New York on Long
Yeah,
Island.
the Suffolk Theater in Riverhead.
And it's a different band. It's
It's
and Steve is going to be narrating the documentary, but he is not going to be there.
yeah. It's like a. I don't know if you could call it a play, but it's a documentary. But you'll leave knowing
things.
stuff that you didn't know before you got there. Now
and hearing the music
But,
played by a really good band.
yeah, and it's not a it's not a dress up and look alike kind of thing. It's a documentary. It's about the things that have happened in Roy's life over the years and his amazing career, and like I said, you'll realize some cool stuff. Rich, I think you're a little late, but
Good night, everybody. Oh, we're not here Monday night.
yeah, we're not doing Monday night, so be safe.
Yes,
4th
we'll
of July.
see you Tuesday.
Yep, and wow. And Rich Verge just logged in, but I got to go eat some dinner. So if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.
Good night.